And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at an expansion for Raiders of the North Sea called Hall of Heroes. And if you notice the picture here of this guy, he's drinking out of a skull mug. I hope that's not an actual skull. Probably is. That's kind of gross. But this is about mead and heroics and going on adventures. Basically, it takes the game of Raiders of the North Sea, which was already a very good game as it is, and adds kind of an extra layer to it about going on adventures. This is one of the two first big expansions for the game. The other is Fields of Fame. Both of them add a fifth player. This one adds a fifth player to the game too, and this adds a bunch of other stuff. Let's take a look. So a new board is added that goes to the bottom of the board here. It's attached there, which adds the Mead Hall. And in the Mead Hall, you are going to, from the top of the hero card deck, you're going to be adding 3 heroes here. You're also going to be placing some tiles here, the reputation tiles. And then there's a big stack of quest tiles that are going to be here. Now the reputation tiles, you're going to have 4 different ones per game. The rest are out. The biggest change, probably at least visually, is each player is going to have their own player board. Now this player board, part of it is just to keep track of how many guys you have on your ship. You can keep your quests here. It tells how much stuff you can have between turns, you know, goods, coins, cards, and now mead, the new, and has a place to put your worker between turns. At the top is where you can place quests for points. We'll talk about that in just a moment. There's also a pile of mead now that comes with this game. So there's a new action now, a new place to go in the village, the Mead Hall. And when you place a worker in the Mead Hall, you're going to take one of 2 actions. You can charm the crowd. When you charm the crowd, you're going to be able to take one of these people and put them directly in your hand, and you'll also get what's on top of them. So a mead in the coin, 2 mead, and 2 mead in the coin. When you take a card in your hand, these cards go over, and new cards are going to be added to the board. So that's a new way to get people. It's a new way to also get mead. Why do you want mead? When you go into battle, before everything else happens, you can commit mead, and you can have up to 8 mead, and it counts as 1 strength. So it's another cool way to get that extra strength just by liquid courage, I suppose. The other action you can take in a mead hall is you can complete an adventure. Now in this game, whenever one of these areas is cleared, you're going to draw a quest and put these quests here. So as adventures get cleared, quests are going to be put into these spots. The quests are of different types, and the way to complete a quest is to go to the mead hall and then discard from your hand, not your crew, not mead, from your hand, that much or more strength. If you do so, you'll get the rewards in a tile. So here I get a cattle and a coin, and then you're going to put that on top of your player board, where it will score you points at the end of the game. So you can see getting 1 quest is only going to get you 1 point, which is not that great. But as you get more and more quests, you can go all the way up to 16 points. Also, not to mention the fact that a quest itself is going to give you different items. Now, once you have 3 quests of the same type, you can see these 2 quests here are the same, then you can pick one of these. And these will also give you immediate benefits. This one draws 3 cards, or maybe some sort of bonus like this one here that says whenever I put someone in my ship, I can pay 1 less coin. And so those also are placed up here, which gives you even more of a chance to get to the higher numbers on the quests. That's pretty much it for what this expansion adds. So let's take a look at some of the cards that are included in here. This person, when you're playing cards from your hand that are 0, they're 1 strength on a quest, and she lets you take both mead hall actions. Your crew limit goes up by 1. I really like this person a lot. This guy gives 2 silver when raiding a monastery. Then there's lots that have to do with mead. When you're killed in a raid, gain a mead. Gain 2 mead before going on a quest. Or this guy just gives you 3 mead if you want to use the action. Killed in a raid, get a mead, or lose a mead to gain an iron. Gain 1 strength when using at least 1 mead. This guy drinks a lot and wears weird helmets. So there's different people like that. There's also, these are just some of the characters in here. Gain a victory point if killed in a harbor raid. This guy requires 1 less strength when going on quests. So I like that sort of thing. There's extra people now involved in this game, and they all do, various things and additions, and you just shuffle these into the deck. There's also more heroes that are involved. I always like taking a look at the heroes. This guy here gives you a strength for every 2 quests you've completed. So you do a lot of quests, this guy becomes pretty powerful. This guy gives you strength for every provision in your supply. So that's interesting. I guess the more food she has, the better she's doing. And this person gives a strength for every 2 mead you use during a raid. So if you use 8 mead, it's going to give you 8, plus this guy gives you another 4. I don't know, I tend to like this guy a lot. So anyway, that's what's in the set. Now, my only really complaint about or quibbles about this is that everything's the same size, so you might forget what to put where. I do understand that these are placed here, and it seems pretty obvious now. I'm sorry, they're not placed there. That's what I'm talking about. You get mixed up. They get placed here, and it seems that they had this planned in retrospect to put these on the different spots. But you're going to have the different piles, and this is where the offerings are going to go and such. But that being said, I'm pretty happy with everything else. The mead tokens are big and orange and colorful and fun to put in front of you. It comes with a little bit extra gold for different purposes. This game also comes with another player color, the purple color, to use in different things. And these player boards. This is going to be, for me, the best thing about this game, because these player boards, like, wow, how did we ever survive before them? You just put everything in front of you, of course, but these look nice. They remind you of how many things you can have in your hand. It just... Your crew's in front of you, they look good, and they're just really useful. Even if I'm not playing with this expansion, which I always will, I'll still use these boards and stuff. So, nice, good components. Now, I'm repeating myself a little bit between this review and the review of Fields of Fame. People are going to ask me which one I like better. The fact is, I like both equally, which is to say, a lot. And I use both equally. In fact, I'll use both when teaching people the game for the first time, because they're not that complicated. In fact, the boards in Hall of Heroes make it easier to explain to people how many people you can have in front of you, your ship, your crew, things like that. I like that aspect a lot. The quests are a really great addition to the game. They're not that complex, but they give you another action of things to do. That mead hall is constantly being used. Whether you go there to take extra people in your hand, why not? You can pick the character you get, and you get some extra mead, which is useful, or coins for your trouble. That is constantly being taken, that action. And then going on adventures. As people start plundering, then quests start showing up. And the quests are not super thematic, right? That's a quest. Turn in these, discard this much strength from your hand. But it also makes drawing more cards in your hand more useful, because instead of playing them for the special benefits, you can discard them to get those things which are worth points and give you the stuff that you need now without even having to go out and plundering it from people. It's a really good addition to the game. It gives you another way to get victory points. When you add this with the Fields of Fame, there are now 2 more victory point tracks, and it's just a lot of different ideas. And it fits in kind of seamlessly. Again, I feel like it was designed with the base game, which I'm fine with. The extra characters are cool. You put them in the deck. The deck is now totally diverse, all full of the different characters. I like the mead too, because it adds a slightest bit of push your luck. Right before you roll the dice, you say, I don't know that I might roll really well here. Nah, I better use all my meat. And then you do roll well, which means you kind of wasted some of that meat. That's fine. That's a cool concept that, again, that's added to the game. The 5th player, I can take or leave. I'm pretty happy with this game at 4 players. But overall, this is a great expansion. It adds some new ideas, some new concepts that are very easy. It adds more stuff, which is good, but doesn't really drag the game out or make it much longer. And it's a lot of fun to play. Really fun. Hall of Heroes. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!